Well, let's not massacre you. Does that happen? Let me tell you how this ends. It ends with the destruction of Israel. It ends with the end of the Western way of life. It is the keystone of the West. You do this, it inflames the Middle East, and I got news for you. Bill Kristol, make fun of me all you want. A caliphate is established. It is why Osama bin Laden said, take advantage of the Arab Spring. Did you hear the tape they just released? The last one he made, apparently. He said almost the same thing our president did. And our president expects you to believe that peace will happen if Jews just give up more land. Really? Take out the hate, will you? Let's look at things logistically for a second. How do you move 300,000 people from the West Bank? How do you move them, Mr. President? And you really believe if you bring Palestinians in and give them all of the homes and even the stuff of all the Jews, they're going to say, you know what, neighbor across the border, we're not going to massacre you. Let's put things into perspective. This is a picture that was taken in the West Bank. See that one? Remember this? Know what that is? Cookies. They were celebrating the death of this family. The brutal death of the Fogel family that no one else wanted to talk about. People from the Palestinian section of the West Bank went in and brutally killed this family in the middle of the night. A little baby, a mom, brutally killed. The Palestinian Authority will rule this land. The same ones, the Palestinian Authority, that just signed an accord with Hamas and these guys.
يؤتى بهم لفيفا إلى فلسطين ليكون الشرف لفلسطين وأهل فلسطين ومن ورائهم أمة الإسلام في القضاء على الشر المستطير لهذه الشرذمة من البشر مهما كان في الخليقة من وحوش كاسرة، من طيور جارحة، من زواحف مؤذية، من حشرات ضارة، من ميكروبات فتاكة، خطرها أدنى بكثير من خطر.
Hezbollah, that's Hamas. Hezbollah is run by Iran. Remember, Iran says run the Jews into the sea and Israel has to be wiped off the map. They also say, quote, the Zionist regime is heading towards annihilation. Ahmadinejad says the Zionist regime is a rotten, dried tree that will once be eliminated by one storm. Or how about this super classic? By God's will, we will witness the destruction of this regime in the near future. Obama did say that Jerusalem will be dealt with separately, but he said going back to the 1967 borders. That assumes that East Jerusalem is now in the hands of the Palestinian Authority. Got it? That they'll take that and run with it. And when that happens, let me give you a list here of the holy sites that you will no longer be able to see again. If you go to Jerusalem, you won't be able to see the Church of the Holy Sepulchre. You won't be able to see the Western Wall, or the Mount of Olives, or the Garden of Gethsemane, or the Garden Tomb, or the Room of the Last Supper, or the Temple Mount. None of it. I told you 2 weeks ago that our faith is under attack. I told you that they would take our holy sites this week. This is not about Israel. This ends in the Middle East with chaos and death. How do I know? Well, recent history, that's how. I'll explain when we come back.